Hey there, Marlon Marisha here from Web Design Profits, and today I want to talk to you about the massive opportunity in the web design industry today. It is huge. Now, the reality is that a lot of you are probably struggling to get the prices you want in the industry because there is a downward pressure on prices going down because there's a lot of competition, because there's a low barrier to entry. And so the one thing that many of these competitors of yours can do is to compete on price. And so they're not interested in providing value to their clients. They're interested in just getting the job to make a living. And so the price comes down, the value comes down, and so everyone suffers. But the reality is, you don't have to suffer. Just because the market has a downward pressure on price doesn't mean you can't lift the price up for the people that you deal with. You know, when all you have to do is compete on price, it's a horrible place to be in a marketplace. And even when there's lots of competition, that's a good thing. Competition means there's a need for the product or the service. It doesn't mean that you should be scared. It means that you should run head on into that industry and be different. Increase the value that you provide your prospects and clients, and you can increase the cost that you charge or the price of your websites. Now, I know that statement to you might say, Mullen, that's real trite, great. That's a nice little thing that you said there, but how do I make that a reality? Well, it's actually not that hard to make a reality. I think the standard of web design is so low today in the industry that it's not hard to stand above the crowd, to show that you have something different, to offer something of value. I think clients and businesses are wanting and yearning for value. They're wanting something more than just a website. There is movement in the industry that says websites should be greater than what they are, and yet the level of the websites being delivered is so low that if you show a prospect something better than what the competitors are showing, your competitors, or pushing the price down, they'll be happy to pay more money. And that's been my experience. Now, I find that if you can show a client that the website you build has value to them, they're willing to pay the price. I can't remember the last time a client said to me, Marlon, can you do it cheaper? I just can't remember. I have had instances, like I have two situations when I put my proposal in. The first one is the client saying, Marlon, we love what you're doing. Let's do it. Let's go ahead. Let's move on. Okay? And that's wonderful. But the other type of person is someone that says, Marlon, I love what you're doing, but it's just not in our price range. Like it's more than we can afford. And that's okay. But they do not say to me, Marlon, can you drop your price? Can you do it cheaper? I can't remember the last time someone said that, is because they see value in what I do, and they don't want to ask to drop the price because they see the inherent value. And I think that's a good thing. And so I can make a decision whether I drop the price, but that's my decision. If I want to help them, or there's many reasons why I might drop the price. But can I say to you is, if you want to have a business, a web design business, where people aren't asking to drop the price, but they're happy to pay the higher prices that you have to offer something of value. You have to separate yourself from the crowd. You have to not look at competition as a bad thing, but look at it as an opportunity. And like I said before, and I'll say it again, the standard in the industry is so low today that to stand above, head and shoulders above everyone else and offer something different, something unique for your target market is actually not that hard. But have you put the thought in? Have you thought about it? Have you spent time away from playing with WordPress and actually think about strategy? Actually think about what your clients want. Have you asked clients exactly what they want as opposed to what you want to sell them? You know, there's a really famous marketer around today who I have a huge amount of respect for, Russell Brunson from ClickFunnels. And I've read all his books. I think he's wonderful. But I don't think he's telling all the truth. His slogan is, websites are dead. Everything's a sales funnel. And I really disagree with him. I think what he preaches and teaches works, but only for a small percentage of business owners. I think there's like 1% of business owners, or 2%, or 3%, or whatever it is, let's say 10%, okay, where his strategy works and is actually working today for them. And the whole concept of not having a website will work for a small percentage of businesses. So he's right. But I think the reality is the average business owner today needs a website, has to have a website. They do not have the expertise of Russell Brunson and his company to actually make that engine work. It's an engine that consumes a lot of time. It consumes a lot of cash flow. And so, yes, do you need a website? Can you have a one-page funnel that puts through $1 million? Yes, you can. But geez, you got to be good at Facebook ads. And geez, you have to have your follow-up processes really nailed in. You've got to really be outstanding at a couple of things. Does the average business owner have that capability? No, they don't. And so a website to the average business owner is highly important. It's highly valuable. But have you explained that to your clients? Do you see that opportunity? Do you see that just because one expert says one thing, it doesn't make it true across the board? It doesn't devalue what you do. Or do you just see the problem? Do you just see that a great marketer has just put websites down, so therefore websites are on the way out? No. He's a salesman. Russell Brunson is one of the world's best sales guys and marketers. And he is selling a product called ClickFunnels. And websites stand in the way of him selling more of that product. So he has created a slogan. He's created a brand that puts down the opposition websites to raise up his actual product. And that's a brilliant thing that he's done. But don't get scared of what he's done. Embrace it. Look at what he's done, how he's created a need, and do the same for your websites. Create a need in the client where they look at what you have to offer and say, well, I don't need a website. What I need is a sales-driven website. That's the name of my company, a sales-driven website. I don't have ClickFunnels. I've created something called a sales-driven website. And when I tell my client what that is, and they get their head around that, they then look at a normal website and they say, wow, I don't want that. I want the sales-driven website. Do you have the concept of a sales-driven website? And so I want to encourage you, do not get fearful and scared of competition, of changes in the market, of prices dropping. All of that is not an abundance mentality. It's a there's not enough mentality. I can tell you that I get great prices for my websites because I indoctrinate my clients into my way of thinking. I raise their expectation. If clients come to me and they want websites for a fraction of what I charge, my job is to raise their expectation of what they're expecting out of a website, and then put my website as the standard that they have to reach up to and they desire and they want. And if I can do that, then they'll pay. But if all I ever do is ask them what they want, if all I ever do is always go down to their level at their price that they're thinking, then I'll never be able to grow my business. So I want to encourage you, don't see the problem, see the outcome that you can create for yourself, and see the opportunity. Don't see the problem, see the opportunity in web design. There is a massive opportunity. It is a wonderful industry that some people are real down and out at the moment. And I want you to lift your head up. Look at what there is for you in the industry, the opportunities so you can grow your business. And if you need a hand, if you're really struggling and you're not sure what to do, it's been a great motivational talk, I guess, this video. But the reality is it takes more than just that. It takes more than just someone showing you the opportunity. Sometimes you need to be shown the path to get through to the opportunity. And if that's you and you want to chat with me about potentially helping you find that path to growing your web design business, then book in a scale session with me. It's a 15-minute chat where we'll, in 15 minutes, really understand where you're at, where you need to be, what's stopping you, and then show you a path to get there. So below this video, around this video, click the button, fill in the form, book a time with me. I look forward to speaking to you soon.